Chapter 17.
5:10 a.m.
The up-ended submarine continues to sink slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. How far off the coast are we?
We were already at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, like we were just off the coast, like by a cable.
Well,
like
you can have cable
know?
at the bottom of the sea. I mean, we do have cable at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, but we might still be very close to the coastline, so it might not be that deep, you know?
True. But yeah, I don't think we're going to sink anymore. We're already at, like, the bottom of wherever we were.
Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the saltwater closing in on them. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now he looks down at them quietly. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is this thing?
It's either Ray or Evil Sissel. Eek! What the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's Evil Sissel.
It is Sissel. I see you managed to survive, detective.
That's just fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious, holy shit.
Like, I figured it was Evil Sissel, but I didn't figure he'd do that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, that's amazing on so many levels.
That is really amazing. I did not expect that at all.
Ah, I don't think anyone did. All right, Lynn. I want you laughing. Hey, you're...
Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you?
Yes, we gave her an immortality complex.
You knew about me all along? Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening?
If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us.
I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me! I need to know.
What the hell is happening?
Who in the world are you?
Sissel! Look at you! What happened?
I think it's because we realize we aren't Sissel for one, I think.
Yeah, but we can also just freely change our shape however we want, so...
Yeah. I can't hold on to that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought it was you, Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't...
What?
My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon. Who you are, and who I am, too.
What the fuck is happening?
I have no idea, but I'm loving it. What? The man in front of me is not me, and I'm even further away from the truth. Maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind, a memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I've shed my image of myself, I feel like one step closer to the truth.
Just sits down. Good, Camilla.
Yeah. They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak.
What are you doing here? I thought you had to deal with those people.
They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsik fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out.
You mean they figured out the source of your powers?
Yeah, that meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time.
If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more.
I guess we have nothing else to do.
You're basically dead, so screw it.
These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research. And I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers. Like possessing and manipulating objects.
And in my case, swapping objects.
Exactly. Apparently there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah, my powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple.
It is? How then?
In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite. It's radiation.
That's what does it? Dying while being exposed to the radiation?
On that day 10 years ago, died in the same pose too.
Oh my god.
A fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died. So of course, I received special powers.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. Blue dude. No, Mthis!
Oh yeah, that's like a horrible way to die.
Aren't the Tempsic remnants still right there in that park? At the bottom of the crater?
You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. Yeah, that's actually a good point.
So he died near Sissel, or Sissel's body, or whatever this body is.
Yeah. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death. But it's not all that clear. But the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite? One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death.
Replay the moment of death? Ah! This is also strange and confusing! Take it all in!
Yeah, it also breaks the laws of physics.
Have you seen this game?
True, true.
It makes about as much sense to me as anything else!
Oh yeah, you're very simple, Missile. I know, we know.
It's Camilla!
Like, he thinks it's impressive that people can walk around on 2 feet.
Yes.
Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? We talk about revenge or ask this first?
Contradictory existence. I think with how they designed it, it's supposed to be from top to bottom. Because I've just noticed sometimes the top transitions into the bottom.
That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death.
What?
My body's vital function stopped 10 years ago. But my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I just simply existed, not really alive, and not really dead. So, a ghost.
But in a different sense than what we are.
Yeah. Like, basically someone who's dead but cannot move on. That's, in theory or practice, what a ghost is. Stuck between life and death.
Then we aren't a ghost, because we will move on by force, probably.
Yeah. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me. Ever since that incident in the park. That also means he obviously didn't age, because his body has been the same in all those years.
That also explains how he would survive the sundown, like the whole upon daybreak, you disappear.
Yeah.
His body constantly is keeping, like, it alive. Or his spirit or whatever.
Yeah. My body hasn't aged a day, my hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with the scalpel.
So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. How?
Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I want to get revenge on the people who stole our lives.
Our lives?
As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate.
Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping?
It all went fine. I manipulated the Justice Minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. That's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped.
But they kidnapped the wrong girl.
Little did I know. They had their own reasons for cooperating with me.
Huh?
Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with Mthis. Detective Jowd was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. So they stole my Mthis fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Which is why they had that gunman ready with the shotgun to kill Lynn.
Yeah. What's wrong with Mthis?
I think they don't want anyone else to know anything about the fragments, so they can have them all for themselves.
How dare they? Me?
If you went there in that park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage.
Okay. I was just a little kid playing in the park.
With your giant plunger.
But yeah, what's with the fucking plunger?
Yeah, I know.
Huh? I said something.
Did you say this?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear. I didn't
How
hear it
dare
in Discord.
you. In Discord.
10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jowd's case. Tonight, I invited you to a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me. I took possession of you to make you shoot me.
That's why he leaned back.
Ah. That's why she's like struggling when the when the hand is forced up. You subconsciously resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. Junk was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan after all. Anyway. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme.
My god, he was watching the whole time.
I showed up.
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. I was supposed to meet up with them after that. But then something went wrong.
What happened?
My body disappeared. Aha, the inspector and wife were responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back, no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble.
But why were those people targeting me? Never even heard of the Temsik meteorite.
Because you were looking into the Dyout case. They thought you would find out about Temsik sooner or later.
Shit.
And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for water pressures across this submarine.
Oh no!
There are no cores that link from here to the water surface. I have an idea. We hook up to the phone line and... There are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for this submarine to be my coffin. A coffin for the dead. That's actually really smart, actually.
Yeah.
That's the same thing, I think, in some fantasies they do with vampires. They put them in a coffin, cover it with chains, and throw it into the sea. And just let it sink. That's something you can escape from.
Must be some tough-ass chains.
Yeah, there's no escape.
I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years.
You what?
This feeling. Cut off from the world. Alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea. Must be how you felt all along. How could we possibly sink? They were connected to a cable like 5 seconds before this whole thing.
Oh yeah, like, was it like a crevice they literally pulled us over first?
Yeah.
Lynn?
You're awake. Camilla!
Is it true? We're stuck here?
What? Oh,
If my dad was here, I bet he'd save us.
Oh, Camilla! I'm so sorry!
That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsik fragment and escape, if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That is a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. We have no idea where it was launched to.
Wait a minute! Yes, we do!
All right.
This will tell us where Detective Jowd is, no?
That present from the inspector in white.
That's right! Detective Jowd told me to hold on to it for him. And the bullet's still in this person's body in the command room, right? But we should be able to tell it exactly where it is with this!
But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there?
We should be able to figure out something between the three of us! With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about a torpedo?
A torpedo?
Oh my god! In any case,
Are we gonna
it's way too early to give up.
launch a torpedo up to the surface and have all the ghosts possess it?
Yes. I forgot about the second torpedo.
Yeah, we do have a second torpedo. It looks like Detective Jowd is our last hope.
Come on, let's get started.
Okay.
Wow, 20 minutes of exposition.
But what do... It's a control panel. Oh. Oh, grapes. Why is this machine shoving grapes at me?
Well, this looks like the private cabin of the top officer, doesn't it? This machine is probably for feeding him grapes while he lies in bed.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh, it sounds heavenly!
I've been thinking about this for a while now. But don't you think that country's use of technology is a little off? That's the guy who made a deal with said country.
Anyway, it looks like the arm of this machine is a bit busted.
Wow, that allows me to get here. And I can go to the torpedo room.
The torpedo room, huh?
There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out.
Oh, I get it! You're going to use a missile to ram the control room!
Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jowd up, but something like that.
We'll climb up to the torpedo room too. Up is definitely safer.
Okay, I'll see you there then.
Activate teleportation!
Yes. Oh, they got here quick.
It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me! I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo.
And you know how to do this how?
I read it in a book once. Oh, and I also just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now.
Okay, let's try it.
Good luck! Yeah, I read how to activate the backup power in a sinking submarine made by a different country in a book too.
So we know this one is... Oh, I didn't want to talk. So I know this one is stuck, I believe. And this one budge, maybe it's broken. But I don't think the entire device is broken though. It'll probably work just fine if I can only move the switch. Just have to find a way to move it somehow. But I can't do it with my powers alone. But we know who can. Except I'm not allowed to switch.
What will happen to these 2 ladies?
I think that's up to us. And our powers.
What?
This is no time to be standing around, unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength missile?
Me? Of course I will! Count on it for Miss Camilla! Now you can
So
switch.
now we can switch. So like this.
Oh my god, really?
Cancel, because I need to get him somewhere else. So we'll do this. Then do that. And now we can lower this. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable.
All set on this end, too. Something's odd.
What is?
The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking.
Sinking?
Yeah, like it's completely run out of power. I wonder what happened.
I don't know, but I guess I'll find out.
Right. Okay. Hop into the missile. I'll launch it for you. I read that in a book, too.
Okay, thanks. Off I go.
I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head towards the command room where Detective Jout is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room.
Okay, got it. And we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Yeah, because it's almost dawn.
But is that rule even real?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile?
I'm sorry. I can't go.
What?
I just can't. How can I leave? I can't leave Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla behind. I can't do it!
Missile?
I swap the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel. I love how the ghost still
I
has
can't
glasses.
do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. Understand exactly how he feels.
I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn! You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again! Never, ever again! Even I can understand that! I couldn't stand that!
Don't worry, Missile.
Miss Camilla!
I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right here, waiting for you. We'll see each other then. Don't worry.
Miss Camilla! That's a good boy, Missile. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw this switch. I hope you know how to count.
I hope so too. You're ready.
Wait, do you remember how to count?
I don't think... Do I?
I don't know. Thistle?
Yes?
We never found out who you really were. But that doesn't matter now. All I know is, I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything, and my immortality complex.
And I'm glad I met you, Detective. You're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. You promised, little lady.
Of course we will!
I'll never forget you. No, that's you. I bet.
Wow, man, your voice changed all of a sudden.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I'll never forget you, no matter what happens.
I'm just sucked into the moment because this is quite emotional, actually.
I don't know what's happening.
Because I actually get what Sissel is feeling. Sissel is knowing is almost on.
Yeah.
And then he thinks, if it is true, he will fade away. And that's gonna be it.
I mean, the one exception to the rule had a fragment stuck in his body for basically ever, so...
Yeah.
We don't know what's gonna happen, so...
Here goes then.
Good luck, friend! The fact this still works is impressive.
Oh, yeah. That is an impressive design submarine.
Very resilient to damage. So...
These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Why are we kids talking about Ray?
Because I am the greatest.
Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up.
What the fuck is happening here?
Detective Jowd!
I bet that big masked man did this. I'm gonna bite him.
You better not, you might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do. He's probably just gonna die.
Yeah, why did they not want him saved?
Yeah, I have no idea. Is it because he's too buff and couldn't fit?
I doubt that. There has to be another reason for it.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk to Detective Jowd! He's dead, isn't he?
Why can't we talk to Sissel's body?
Huh. Interesting.
Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How's Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story.
Don't worry, you have infinite time currently.
Yeah. I told Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine Genoa. So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the...
Who the hell is this?
I know the answer to that one. Okay, it's this, Sissel. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you... Yumio? Is that his name?
Why was he going by Sissel?
That was probably his code name.
Yeah.
Like his cover name to when he talked to this country.
Ugh. The damn blue Brits.
Yep. So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh? Yumio. That's right. But those people on Genoa are calling you Sissel. Yeah, that's just an alias. How do you pronounce that word?
Alias.
That was just an alias I was using for my deal with them. Yeah, so that's what it was. It was just a code name, an alias. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Would you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know?
Oh, Pistol.
This'l's great.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. Wait, what?
What?
Multi-dimensional programming theory.
Sure.
Let's go with that, I guess. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. You can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. Never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It was never made public, but every organization in the country moved on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jout, when was it I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomiel.
Well then.
Fascinating. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse.
No, God, that guy, kill him.
I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. And this is why immortality sucks, folks.
Immortality without a proper support system.
Yeah. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them. But what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was they help me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Do they have the means to make a new body?
I don't know, I'm telling you, the one dude they sunk in this room is like a cyborg or some shit.
Yeah.
An obedient, servitor-like slave.
Yeah, like we obviously know from what Lynn also said, the technology and what this guy also said earlier. They seem to have a knack for technology, but use it in a very off way. So they might have very weird technology that could do stuff like
And
this.
for cloning.
Yeah. Rebirth. New beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul. A name, an identity, an everyday life.
Well,
yeah, so they literally wanted to make him... They wanted to give him a body. Or that was
Not
one of his
necessarily. He has a physical receptacle for his soul. He does not have a name or identity, though. He can't live his life in this country.
Yeah. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me.
Okay, so maybe they could make him a body.
Yeah, because...
He doesn't age in this
If he wants to grow old, he needs to be out of that body after all.
Yeah.
And finally, I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. A completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. So I decided to ask a national government to help me. Because, yeah, they would have the funding and the means.
Yeah, that's for
rather
sure.
than a private enterprise. Because a government always has more means than a private enterprise, generally.
Most of the time. Depends on the government.
Yeah, true, but like even like say the United States government. The United States government is very, very powerful.
The United States government's an outlier.
Yeah, I guess. And their response in the end was betrayal. Yeah, that's also a thing you have to worry about when you talk about the national government. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers of their own. And they even figured out what Temsik was all about. So they are smart.
Most national governments are. Or at least have the
Like
ability to get the smart people on their side.
That's why that lady could sense we were there with the sixth sense thing.
Crazy lady.
And you had no idea they were doing all this. None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsik meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulate incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. Hell yeah, baby!
You have to dance every time.
By Inspector Capadella and the old pigeon guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. I think this might have to beat you out. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case. Surveillance, huh? No, it is this guy, never mind. I really wish even in these scenes they would just, you know, show me who's talking.
Yeah.
It looks like an ordinary peaceful park. But there are armed agents there at all times. So, is the park guy an armed agent?
Oh my god. Oh
Oh my
fucking god.
Don't tell me that old leaflet guy's one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. I was worried there for a second. He's just a plain old odd person.
He's just crazy.
The park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsik meteorite. And lately, under the pressure of building a house inside, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsik meteorite. So that's it, eh? So I knew the housing thing was probably part of their plan to get what they what's the.
No, I think it's the main government, like this country's
Oh,
government.
right.
They're planning that. Not Blue Brits.
Ah, so they can study it themselves, right?
Well, not only study it, but actually properly secure it.
So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. Well, what's that? You managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Start with what? Bringing Detective Jiao back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now?
But we promised! We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them!
I can't do that without you, Detective Jiao. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. It's rewind time!
Holy shit, there's 45 minutes of exposition!
Yep.
Holy shit!
So, where are we headed?
We are not headed anywhere, Detective.
What?
There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective.
What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too!
I knew it! By the way, I am not human, Detective.
These guys can make robots!
Honestly, with the metal face, I've kind of suspected something was weird.
Because the way he talked?
Well, that's how I'm deciding to make him talk. But he did use sir twice in like every sentence also. But just looking at his metallic headpiece, I'm like, something's weird about this.
Oh yeah. But the fact he's a full-on robot.
That's hilarious.
Oh, holy shit! These guys are very technologically advanced.
And that explains why they didn't bother with him. They can just build a new one.
Yeah, like he's meant to be sacrificed. He has no feelings or emotions. He's a robot.
He obeys.
Did you say this?
Yes, I did. I am a remote-controlled robot detective.
What? Your country's use of technology. It's just plain off.
No, that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
We get that a lot, detective.
So they very much know that what they do is a little off.
Hey, I find that cool.
Yeah. Why do villains always get the cool stuff?
Because villains have no morals.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
wait,
true.
he said it's a remote-controlled robot.
Oh, right. Why would you go all this trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore.
Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, detective.
Why is the commander called Sith?
Because he is a Sith Lord detective.
Hey, God, I'm far too old for that.
Palpatine's pretty damn old.
That's true.
His boss was also pretty old, too.
Possibility? What are you talking about?
There is no need for you to know, detective. Now it is time to say goodbye, detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, detective.
Camilla, forgive me.
She will not, detective.
It isn't over yet.
It isn't?
Remember what that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility? In other words, there must be a chance he is somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around.
Are we gonna be able to control evil Sissel?
So let's see. Huh?
What is it, detective?
Look at Jomiel's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsic fragment is gone. Would this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? I figured it out. I know this possibility, no matter how small it is, that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. Are we gonna go back 10 years?
What?
Are we gonna go back 4 minutes before he died?
Oh my fucking god, please no.
His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse.
God, no.
So let's see, that means we can go back? Back 4 minutes before your death?
What? Wait a minute! Exactly when is her death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move!
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
We're gonna screw up this timeline so much! Basically everything is gonna change!
Oh my god.
We're literally gonna change everything! Aren't we?
I think we are. If this is gonna take us 10 years into the past. All this shit happened because of this meteorite.
I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now.
No, it doesn't. It starts next episode.
Yeah, you guessed it.
Well, as soon as I heard the music just stopping, I'm like, that new episode. Oh my god.
Oh my god. We will get to the end of this crazy game in the next episode, everyone. Bye-bye.